Hola, bienvenidos y bienvenidas a otro día en la aventura de Mass Effect. Vamos a ver qué tanto podemos avanzar esta vez. Espero que no se me olvide hablar con mis compañeritos en la nave. Y vamos a terminar Feros. Que el stream pasado nos quedamos casi al final. Me faltó regresar a la colonia y hablar con el Torian. Eso lo vamos a hacer hoy. A ver. Muy bien. Y luego vamos a ir a Noveria, que es el segundo planeta que queda o que sigue después de Feros. Y ya que terminamos esos dos, la historia continúa. No recuerdo, pero espero que no sea Vermeer el que sigue. Creo que sí, pero tengo que hacer lo de Rex antes de llegar a eso. De hecho, antes de Noveria creo que voy a hacer lo que me habló la tipa esta que es como una reportera, o como una investigadora más bien, que está en el presidio, en la ciudadela, cuando que me mandó un mensaje cuando empecé la misión de Feros. Porque con ella empecé otra misión secundaria, no recuerdo bien cuál, pero vamos a hacer esa misión antes de ir a Noveria. Y vamos a aprovechar también para empezar lo de Rex. A ver. Ya estamos saliendo del puesto avanzado el puesto avanzado en el que estaba la madre e hija, Lisbeth, y la mamá no me acuerdo cómo se llamaba. Ya que la salvamos, ahora nos falta regresar a la colonia de Hope, donde todo el mundo se volvió loco. O eso dicen. Y nos nos pide hacerlo así como de forma pacífica, de utilizar un modificador de granadas que ellos te dan para que paralices a los colonos en vez de matarlos. No sé qué pasó ahí, no se veía nada que me bloqueara el paso, pero bueno. Sí, como quiero acumular puntos de renegado, creo que voy a... por el camino de... Oh my god, no los pudimos salvar. Todos los colonos murieron. Oh no. Bueno, no todos, los de Suso.
I sense trouble. No amount of infection could have altered a human to that extent. I wonder what is going on here.
I want a clean sweep. Nothing hostile lives to take a second shot.
What about the nerve grenades we acquired? We could potentially incapacitate the colonists.
We don't have time to waste on these people. There's a galaxy at stake.
It is regrettable, but if you say there is no other option, that is just the way it is.
Pues no es que yo lo diga, ¿verdad? Nada más, pero... Oh, ellos sí siguen vivos. Bye, Dan. Oh, lo siento. Ustedes parecían buenas personas. No mutantes. Oh. Hello. Huh. La torre... No, en la torre creo que no hay necesidad de... Oh, le di a alguien más. Lo siento. Ah, no le di. Ah. Espera. ¿Por qué Liara está usando un rifle de asalto?
It is clear that they are protecting the Borealis. We have to move one of those cargo blocks.
Ah, no funciona hasta que se activan. Ok. Ah. Ah.
Perimeter clear.
Lo siento, lo siento. Les voy a poner una carita feliz en las granadas para que no se sientan mal cuando exploten.
I tried to fight it, but it gets in your head. You can't imagine the pain. I was supposed to be their leader. These people trusted me. It wants me to stop you, but I won't. I won't!
La cara de Shepard como, oh, ok. Bueno. Ah, el que se levanta es este, ¿verdad? Sí. Ah, 32 de rebeldía. Oh, me sirvió para llegar al tercer nivel. Ah, escopetas, todo bien. Pistolas, Liara, todo bien. Francotirador, todo bien. Ah, creo que algo que no revisé mucho fue mi armadura. 50% escudos, batería de escudo 3. Su esqueleto. Interfaz médica. Esto me gusta. Resistencia tóxica, tejido energizado. Tejido energizado tampoco está mal, pero a ver, voy a probar esto un rato.
All right, we just need to find this creature and determine what it... Kira, what is that?
Nothing's ever simple, is it?
Invaders, your every step is a transgression. 1,000 feelers appraise you as meat, good only to dig or decompose. I speak for the old growth as I did for Saren. You are within and before the Thorian. It commands that you be in awe.
Okay.
You gave something to Saren. Something I need.
Saren sought knowledge of those who are gone. The old growth listened to flesh for the first time in the long cycle. Trades were made. Then cold ones began killing the flesh that would tend the next cycle. Flesh fairly given. The old growth sees the air you push as lies. It will listen no more.
Give me what I need, and I'll strike back at the one who betrayed you.
No more will the Thorian listen to those that scurry. Your lives are short, but have gone on too long. Your blood will feed the ground in the new growth.
Ok. Ahora hay que avanzar.
That had the desired effect, I believe. A few more and it will be severely hurt.
Luego voy a tirar otra Sari. Sí. Gali. Oh. Okay. Oh, boy.
Metagel deployed.
Okay. Ah. Estación médica. Armaduras. Ok. Oh, soy como el personaje principal en Mortal Shell.
Negative contact, Shepard.
O al revés, el personaje de Mortal Shell es como este. Se enojó muy rápido esta vez. Yo podía hablar un poco más con el Thorian, ¿no? O la Thorian, no sé. Con esta cosa. Podías hablar un poco más antes de que se pusiera agresivo. No le di.
All targets eliminated.
Esto no se puede romper. Es así.
suppose I should thank you for releasing me.
How did you end up inside that thing?
My name is Shiala. I served Matriarch Benezia. When she allied herself with Saren, so did I. Benezia foresaw the influence Saren would have. She joined him to guide him down a gentler path. But Saren is compelling. Benezia lost her way.
Are you saying Saren can control minds?
Benezia underestimated Saren, as I did. We came to believe in his cause and his goals. The strength of his influence is troubling.
Benezia sought to turn the river and was swept away.
Asari matriarchs are among the most intelligent and powerful beings in the galaxy. How could one fall under Saren's control?
Saren has a vessel, an enormous warship unlike anything I've ever seen. He calls it Sovereign. It can dominate the minds of his followers. They become indoctrinated to Saren's will. The process is subtle. It can take days, weeks, but in the end, it is absolute. I was a willing slave when Saren brought me to this world. He needed my biotics to communicate with the Thorian, to learn its secrets. Saren offered me in trade. I was sacrificed to secure an alliance between Saren and the Thorian.
Then why were the Geth trying to destroy the Thorian?
After Saren had what he needed, the Thorian became a liability. Saren knows you are searching for the conduit. He knows you are following his steps. He attacked the Thorian so you could not gain the cipher.
What's the cipher? And why did Saren need it?
The beacon on Eden Prime gave you visions. But the visions are unclear, confusing. They were meant for a Prothean mind. To truly comprehend them, you must think like a Prothean. You must understand their culture, their history, their very existence. The Thorian was here long before the Protheans built this city. It watched and studied them. When they died, it consumed them. They became a part of it.
So the Thorian taught Saren to think like a Prothean. How?
The cipher is the very essence of being a Prothean. It cannot be described or explained. It would be like describing color to a creature without eyes. To understand, you must have access to endemic ancestral memory. A viewpoint spanning thousands of Prothean generations. I sensed this ancestral memory, the cipher, when I melded with the Thorian. Our identities merged, our minds intertwined. Such knowledge cannot be taught. It simply exists.
You taught Saren, you can teach me.
There is a way. I can transfer the knowledge from my mind to yours, as I did with Saren. Try to relax, Commander. Slow, deep breaths. Let go of your physical shell. Reach out to grasp the threads that bind us, one to another. Every action sends ripples across the galaxy. Every idea must touch another mind to live. Each emotion must mark another's spirit. We are all connected. Every living being united in a single glorious existence. Open yourself to the universe, Commander. Embrace eternity.
Las
I have
expresiones
given
raras.
you the cipher, just as it was given to Saren. The ancestral memories of the Protheans are a part of you now.
What was that? Commander Shepard, are you all right?
I saw something. It still didn't make any sense.
You have been given a great gift. The experience of an entire people. It will take time for your mind to process this information.
We should get you back to the ship where you can be monitored.
I'm sorry if you have suffered, but there was no other way. You needed the cipher. In time, it will help you understand the vision from the beacon.
Tell me more about this ship Saren has.
Sovereign is alien. I do not know how it was built or where it comes from. Its design does not match that of any known spacefaring species. It dwarfs any vessel in the Citadel or Alliance fleets. Its weapons are devastating, its defenses virtually impenetrable. With it, Saren believes he is unstoppable.
You said Saren uses it to manipulate his followers.
The indoctrination. There is an energy about Sovereign. You feel drawn to the ship. It makes Saren's arguments more persuasive, more compelling. Spend enough time in Sovereign's presence and you will lose yourself. There's no other way to explain it.
I want to know more about Benezia.
Benezia was greatly respected among our people. A powerful biotic, even for an Asari. She was widely known as a teacher of philosophy and religion. She always sought the paths of peace and harmony. She joined with Saren because she hoped to turn him away from his path of destruction.
Instead, she became one of his most powerful allies.
As I mentioned before, Matriarch Benezia underestimated Saren. Be sure you do not make the same mistake.
What else can you tell me about Saren?
There is little I could tell you that you do not already know. He's powerful, he's charismatic, and he is dangerous. Once I followed him, blind to his true nature. But now I see he's leading the galaxy into an age of darkness and suffering.
I want to know more about you.
There is nothing remarkable about me. I was merely one of Matriarch Benezia's disciples. For nearly 2 centuries I followed her, learning at her feet. When Benezia revealed her plan to join Saren, she gave her disciples a choice. Only those who were willing had to follow her. Many felt her plan was too dangerous, but I believed in her. I thought she could turn Saren away from his insanity. Instead, we joined him in it.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the Thorian?
When the creature enveloped me, I became part of it, but I still don't truly understand it. So alien, so ancient. Its exact age is impossible to know. It measured time differently. 10,000 years of hibernation broken by a few frantic centuries of activity. Its mind was awesome, magnificent. It transcended all classification. And now it is gone.
Don't tell me you feel sorry for that thing.
The Thorian was a unique life form. A sentient being that lived for 50,000 years, maybe more. There is nothing even remotely like it in the known galaxy. I am grateful you saved me from a life of thraldom. Yet I cannot help but feel some sorrow for the loss of such a rare and remarkable creature.
Estoy de acuerdo.
I
Okay.
can't spend any more time here. Not while Saren's still out looking for the conduit.
Then I wish good fortune upon you. Saren must be stopped before he finds the conduit. As for me, I will stay here with the colonists. I feel great shame for my part in their suffering. As long as any of the colonists remain on this world, I will do whatever I can to aid and protect them.
I can't believe it. Jong says we'll have all the money we need to keep this place running. It's because of you, Shepard. I can't thank you enough.
Ok. Ah, se me cerró que hayan regresado tan rápido.
Thank you so much. Now Exogeny will pour the money in. We'll be able to rebuild and then some.
Ok.
I will do what I can to assist the colony in this difficult time. I am ashamed of the damage done to the lives of these people.
Ah, ok, puedes regresar a ver
Farewell, Shiala.
los diálogos que te perdiste.
Farewell, Commander. I wish you well in your hunt.
Si no hablaste con ella en la base esa. Bueno, en lugares. Ok, ya terminamos entonces con todo lo de Feros. Creo que ahora ya podemos continuar. Creo que voy a ir a la Ciudadela porque salió la misión esa secundaria. Pero primero vamos a hablar con todos los habitantes de la nave. Porque creo que hay muchas cosas pendientes.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Commander, you look pale. Are you suffering any ill effects from the cipher?
My brain's been scrambled like an egg. How do you think I feel?
I might be able to help you. I am an expert on the Protheans. If I join my consciousness to yours, maybe we can make some sense of it.
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity. That was incredible. All this time, all my research, yet I never dreamed. I am sorry. The images were so vivid. I never imagined the experience would be so intense. You are remarkably strong-willed, Commander. What you have been through, what you have seen, would have destroyed a lesser mind.
Did you see anything?
Hola.
The beacon on
¿Qué
Eden
ondas?
Prime must have been badly damaged. Large parts of the vision are missing. The data transferred into the commander's mind is incomplete.
Pregunta, ¿cosa es nombre o apellido? Ah. Hola, hola, buenas tardes.
You sure you didn't come across any kind of clue or hint? Something we might have missed?
Everything I saw, you already know. You were right about the Reapers. The Protheans were destroyed by a race of sentient machines. I think it is obvious there is a connection between the Reapers, the Prothean extinction, and the Conduit, but I did not see anything that would help us find it.
What's our next move?
I was able to interpret the data relayed through your vision, what was there at least, but something was missing. Saren must have the missing information. Maybe he found another beacon. If we can find the missing data from your vision, I can... Oh. I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
La visión es un... es una colección de portadas de álbumes de rock.
You sure it was the joining? I feel fine.
Your role in our communion is passive. I am the one who must submerge myself in your mind, drown myself in your thoughts. It is more difficult than it looks. The human subconscious instinctively resists the joining, Commander. A strong personality like yours makes it even harder.
Es nombre, apellido y apellidos es cosa, sé cosa en los documentos.
We're done here. Dismissed.
Le preguntó si
I
estaba
sent off
bien.
the Ferris report, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Commander, Exogeny should have told us about the Thorian. It would have made your job much easier.
You might have been able to capture it for study instead of destroying it.
Exogeny tried to study it. Look how that turned out.
Perhaps it's for the best then. At least the colony was saved.
Of course it was saved. Shepard would go to any lengths to help a human.
¿Sabes a cuántos humanos maté, maldito?
I never jeopardized the mission.
That's good, Commander. Stopping Saren is your primary goal. Everything else is secondary.
Goodbye, Commander. We will be waiting for your next report.
Ok. Vamos, bueno, dije que iba a hablar con la gente porque sí luego hay límite de tiempo para hacer estas cosas. ¿Dónde está el camino? Por acá. Está de los dos lados, ¿verdad? Sí. Okay. Y tengo que usar a diferentes personas en las misiones. Ya me salió el logro de Liara. Tengo que empezar a usar a... Ahora que voy a tener que usar a Kaidan. Hola Kaidan, te odio.
Commander, do you have a minute?
No.
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is trading people to aliens for some kind of lost knowledge. But we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here. but someone isn't reading it.
We've got our orders. Belly aching won't change them.
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. I mean, it's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Cierra la boca, maldito. Se le inflamó la cara.
Well, you're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice. Or maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training. I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
En inglés bot, en español miab.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element zero in the womb.
Oops.
Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Las mayúsculas, las mayúsculas. Tumores cerebrales.
Seems like you beat the odds. How many didn't make it?
Out of 100, maybe 60 have no effect. 30 suffer adverse effects, little things like brain cancer. The other 10 show enough ability to augment with implants. Not always permanent, though. Not like the cancer. Next thing you know, you're out on jump zero. I mean, how's a kid supposed to deal with that? A station at the edge of human space.
Salto Cero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
You were all teenagers. I'm sure you found other ways to occupy the time.
I'm not the sort who does that kind of thing, Commander. Not lightly, anyway. There was a girl I spent a lot of time with, but we kept our clothes on. Rana. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. Like you, I guess. Ma'am.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
We have to depend on each other in combat. I like knowing what kind of man I have at my back.
I understand, ma'am. I won't let you down. You, make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
Lo mandaron a la estación Friendzone. Me recuerdo ahorita que te reíste muy fuerte y por eso te dieron temas. Me imagino a alguien tirando una carcajada y el bot nada más explota, ¿verdad? Así. Tu.
Of course. But I don't enjoy it with everyone. We'll talk again later.
I'll need some time to process that, Commander. But, yeah, I'd like that.
No te preocupes, Kaidan. Pronto no vas a tener que preocuparte de nada. Tampoco es como que Ashley me caiga muy bien, pero no sé. Algo en Kaidan como que no me convence. O a lo mejor nada más por la experiencia podría dejar vivo a Kaidan. Porque nunca lo he hecho. Siempre él es el que muere. Y en ese caso debería usar más a Ashley en las misiones. Hola, doctora. No voy a hablar con usted. Liara, no me acuerdo que estaba aquí.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
No puede mover bien la cara. Sí me lo imagino, así como que...
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Oh.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
La versión racista.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Qué curioso que en otras circunstancias decir algo como sangre pura sería un signo como de superioridad o lo que sea según ellos, pero me llama la atención porque se me fue que a estas alturas para esta civilización es el equivalente que dijeran a la madre se están casando entre primos o algo así. Um,
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
I should go.
Sí, eso está curioso. Supongo que por eso en el trailer que sacaron del nuevo Mass Effect que va a salir, que creo que sería como Mass Effect 5, básicamente. Creo que ese nuevo juego tenía, bueno, el personaje que sale en esa cinema es Liara. Entonces, supongo que ella va a vivir más que cualquiera de los personajes del resto de la serie. Y a lo mejor para esas alturas ya tiene como, no sé, 700, 800 años o algo así. Porque en este juego tiene como 150. No, no es cierto, como 100. Sí, dice que tiene como 100 años. Entonces en el otro juego en teoría podría tener más de 500 o algo así. Hay mucha gente con quien hablar aquí. Creo que si este lado se junta con el otro, aquí está Tali. Y vamos a hablar con Garrus, Ashley y Rex. Okay.
Commander, nice work out there. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
No se le notan.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like.
Las ventajas de la ciencia ficción.
Their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Agarra una crema contra arrugas que se llama ficción y se le pone en toda la cara todos los días.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
Probablemente no en Sanborns, pero a lo mejor la venden en una tienda que se llama Sangrons o algo así y existen en el mundo de la imaginación.
You did the right thing. Life's too short to sit
Creo que
around
con
waiting
Garrus
for
puede
things to
ser
happen.
renegado así al 100 sin tanto pedo.
Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
Ok. No hubo necesidad de una conversación demasiado larga.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Gotta admire those colonials. That's about the worst place for a colony I've ever seen. Given the option, I'd get the hell out of Dodge.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time. Off the record.
Yo le pedí una charla personal y... No por una charla personal. ¿Qué quieres?
Is this duty-related, Chief?
No, ma'am. Well, maybe. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
¿Qué? Porque son aliens.
You don't trust their motives because they're not human.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
No sé si esto le va a cortar el rollo, no quiero cortar el diálogo necesariamente.
That's enough, Chief. You always second-guess your superiors?
Ma'am, no ma'am. I'm sorry, I was out of line. I'll get back to my duties, Commander.
No le quería cortar el rollo, pero...
Commander?
Pero también me gustaría usar el diálogo que diga así como que no seas mamona.
Okay. More later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Okay. Bueno, en la siguiente misión sí vamos a llevar a Ashley.
Shepard.
Creo que Ashley quedan.
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Vamos, solo una cortita. No sé si idiota.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah, they tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
¿Y qué? No.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Un asunto peliagudo. No lo haré, pero quiero continuar la conversación.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Sí, a él sí se le nota, pero se le nota más así como que ha vivido unos años intensos, independientemente de cuántos hayan sido.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Nos vemos a la otra. Gracias por contarme por el genocidio de tu gente. Bye. Ingeniero Adams. ¿Quién es? Entonces, espera, ¿cuál es el otro diálogo que me salió? Ah, es esto.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Gracias por la clase.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
Yo nada más le dije a mi amigo dónde comprar drogas, no se las compré yo. No era ilegal.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Pero porque también me suena así como que yo nada más le di un libro de cómo fabricar bombas y los materiales necesarios, pero yo no le dije que explotara la escuela.
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Sí, me recuerda mucho al inicio de Matrix, que es como el origen de todo ese mundo. Se defendieron, fue culpa vuestra. Sí, se defendieron.
I can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
¿Qué onda, Alexis?
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exiled, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, We leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
Como que me tengo que ir. ¿Cómo estás, Alexis? ¿Qué tal te fue hoy? Núcleo de elemento cero. Y aquí todavía no tenemos que conseguir elemento cero para mejorar nuestro personaje. Ok, siguiente misión entonces va a ser Ashley y Garrus, tal vez. No, Kaidan. No, si Kaidan va a sobrevivir, creo que me puedo esperar para usarlo a él. Lo importante sería usar a Ashley primero. No, aunque no tengo mucha gente que use biótico. Bióticos. Por lo menos. Está mejor que esté de hueva que esté culero el día. ¿Dónde puedo ver? Oh, no me acordaba que había subido de nivel. Vamos a subir. Tenemos auxilio, supongo. Decodificación. Y electrónica. Amortiguación, ¿qué hace? Ok. Forma física. Oh, aumenta la salud. Ok. No, había leído que aumentaba la vida. Aquí todavía no puedo subir a los demás. ¿Dónde podré ver? ¿Será el códice? A ver. Alienígenas. Gobierno. No. Diario. Noveria. Sí, tenemos que ir a Noveria. Aunque también tengo una misión secundaria en la Ciudadela. Estas son las misiones principales, ¿no? ¿Dónde están las secundarias? Mapa de equipo, modo foto, no. Opciones, nada. No voy a guardar porque hace rato que no guardo. Supongo que puedo ver la lista de logros del Xbox, pero... Vamos primero en la ciudad.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the Council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
Okay. Aló, señores del Consejo.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
Vermeer?
What kind of information?
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander. But they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Sí, es muy pronto para ir a Vermeer. Vamos a esperar hasta que hagamos Noveria. Ahora sí, vamos a Ciudadela. Ok, Ciudadela. ¿Por qué se nos acabó la beta de Stripe tan pronto? Chingado. Al menos ya falta menos de un mes para que salga.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Oh my god.
Shepard,
Mensajes urgentes de todo el
from
mundo.
Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live
Oh,
fire
esta.
simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Don't worry, Admiral. I'll take that thing out.
I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
No sé por qué todos estos están así como que... Es que técnicamente no es ilegal. Solamente es muy peligroso, pero... No te preocupes, no es ilegal. Nadie nos va a castigar por ello. Nada más está muriendo gente. Ok. Qué rápido anda todo. Ah, creo que no hemos hablado con Joker casi.
Hey, Commander, next time we touch down, let's try not to park the ship in a colony of mutant zombies. Just thinking out loud here.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bone.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
No, Great es el siguiente escalón. No soy bueno, ni siquiera soy excelente. Soy el mejor, chica madre.
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
Por eso, es como si dijeras, no soy bueno, ni siquiera soy excelente, soy el mejor.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
I have to go.
All right, see ya.
¿Cómo? No, se está diciendo... no te preocupes por mí. No es que sea bueno, ni siquiera es que sea excelente. Es que soy el mejor. Oye, ahora Ashley... Oh, Ashley y... ya tengo el logro de Liara, ya tengo el logro de Rex. Me falta el de... El de Ashley, el de Kaidan. Y luego el de Garrus y tal. Supongo que la combinación de Garrus y tal está bien.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Casi todas las conversaciones terminan así. Ahorita una de las conversaciones terminó así como de... Ah, hola, sí, mi gente acaba de sufrir genocidio. Ah, excelente, nos vemos más tarde.
10 hut. At ease. Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Admiral, I'm on urgent business with the Citadel. Is there something you need?
Let's get one thing clear, Shepard. You might be a specter to the aliens, but to me, you're just another junior officer. Be respectful. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
¿Cómo puedo decirle que chinga tu madre? Ahorita mi rango es más alto que el tuyo.
Captain Anderson made it clear to me that my assignment came from way up in the brass. They say jump, I say how high.
Remember that when I tell you to jump. I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
This ship has saved our lives a dozen times over.
An exaggeration. I've read your reports. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
Normandy is an Alliance warship, but she's on loan to the Citadel. That means she's not in your chain of command.
I believe there's something wrong with my ears. Did you just contradict me?
This ship is Council property right now, so respectfully, please clear the gangway.
Have it your way, Commander. But expect me to file a report on this.
Felicidades. Que te vaya bien escribiendo tu
After years of
reporte.
poor economic performance, ExoGeni has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit. New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for ExoGeni. ExoGeni's stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
Ok. Sí, así de cállate. No tienes autoridad aquí. Oh,
Commander Shepard?
la reportera.
Khaleesa been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
What sort of questions?
People back home have heard a lot of wild stories about you, Commander. I can give you the chance to set the record straight. What do you say?
So long as you understand that I may not be able to answer all questions.
I'm sure our viewers will understand. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
I try to keep in mind that it's just another form of duty. I still wear a uniform.
But there's a difference between protecting human interests and Citadel interests. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
I think they know not to ask me to work against my own people.
I think our viewers will be glad to hear that, Commander. You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
The Normandy is a triumph of human engineering. Like our development of fighter carriers, it shows other races that were able to think outside the box.
That's gratifying. Many defeatist officers claim that the Alliance can't compete with the naval power of, say, the Turians. Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
Miss Al-Jalani, I wear the Alliance uniform, and if you think anyone other than me says where the Normandy can go, you're sadly mistaken.
No offense intended, Commander. I'm sure you have to follow the orders of your superiors. Of course, now your superiors are aliens. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Cierra la boca. Súper violento acá.
I've had enough of your snide insinuations.
No tiene nada que ver con la conversación, pero... Me da mucha risa esa escena.
You bitch! I'll make sure everyone in the Alliance sees that. Your career is over.
No me gustó tu comentario de que, ay, ahora tus jefes son aliens. Pero es tradición en todos los juegos hacer esto, lo siento. En el tercero ya me da risa porque se aprende a defender. Y te bloquea el golpe aquí. Presidium. Sí, vamos a Presidium. Embajadas. Si me estás insultando, chingado.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
Tú. ¿Dónde está Nasana? Está por acá, creo. Aquí está.
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I see you got my message.
You said you had a job offer.
I do. My sister Dahlia is a crewman on the cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers. There were no reported survivors.
You want me to hunt down the people who killed her?
This is where it gets complicated. Last week, I received a message with her voice on it.
Oh.
Dahlia is alive. The rest of the crew was killed, but she was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
Why didn't the raiders kill Dahlia along with everyone else?
My sister probably told them who she was. My family's very wealthy, Shepard. They must have realized she was worth more to them alive.
You can't negotiate with criminals.
It's too late. I transferred the funds to the account they specified. Only they never released her. They haven't contacted me since. I've made a terrible mistake, Shepard. I'm a diplomatic emissary. By law, I'm required to report any attempted extortion to CSEC immediately. But I was afraid for Dahlia, so I just paid the ransom. Now she's still missing. And if anyone finds out what I did, I could end up in jail.
You got in over your head and you expect me to pull you out?
This is easy money for you, Shepard. I've already found her. You just need to bring her back. I tracked the ransom payment through several accounts. Eventually, it led to a small mercenary band operating out of the Artemis Tau cluster. I need you to go to the Merc base, take them out, and bring my sister back. You shall be well rewarded.
Anything you can tell me about the Mercs who have your sister?
Pretty much what you'd expect. Rough, dangerous, and well-armed. Nothing a Spectre cannot handle, though.
Can't you hire someone else to do this?
I do not want to take chances with my sister's life. I need a Spectre. Besides, you operate outside official channels. My superiors cannot find out I never reported the ransom in the first place.
How'd you find out who was behind the ransom?
I have resources. Contacts and credits can go a long way, especially if you're willing to bend the rules. I already broke the law when I paid the ransom. This couldn't make things any worse.
Don't worry. I'll bring your sister back.
Thank you, Shepard. I knew you were the right woman for the job. Come back and see me when the job is done.
Verás porque una de las opciones dice, no lo estoy haciendo por dinero. Claro que lo estoy haciendo por dinero. El ejecutor Palin. Ok, llegamos a esa misión, nos salió la otra también. Creo que no tenemos mucho que hacer aquí ya. No, creo que no. No, ¿qué hice? ¿Qué hice? No. Hacerse. Vamos a la nave otra vez.
So, Williams, you happy you signed on with Commander Shepard?
I'm not sure, Lieutenant. Every time I think I have a handle on things, the universe bank's hard to port.
Well, don't let anybody know. A big gun and a confident attitude will get you through a lot in life.
Okay. Fue rápida la visita, lo bueno.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. Exo Presley stands relieved.
Bien. Creo que va a entrar un montón de puntos de habilidad Ashley Kagan. Así que vamos a ello. Además de que tengo armas que probablemente les puedo dar.
Patching it through.
Commander, Ms. Al-Jalani's story on you just aired. The brass isn't happy with the way you treated her. This comes straight from the Joint Military Command.
Lo siento.
I don't have the patience to deal with tabloid gadflies who think they're great journalists.
Commander, if she had done that at a bar, she'd go home in an ambulance. But they want me to make this clear. We can't mistreat the press. Just wanted to let you know what the response was back home. I won't keep you any longer. Fifth Fleet out.
Oopsie. Vamos a ver. Noveria, Vermeer, Feroz. ¿Dónde era Artemis Tau? Es donde localizamos a Liara la primera vez. Creo que era por acá. Artemis Tau, aquí está. Uno era aquí y la otra era en... a ver, son dos misiones. Una es la de la morra esta, su hermana, y la otra era la del el general. ¿Cúmulo local? A ver, vamos a la de Artemis Tau primero. Lo que no sé es qué planeta era, porque... Porque Nosos es donde estaba Liara. No creo que sea en ese mismo planeta. Y no me acuerdo cómo se llama el lugar donde está la Tierra. Circe, Náusica, Faros. Ok. ¿Puedo salir? Sí, ok. Déjame ver si está aquí. Oh, ¿por qué tengo tantas cosas? Lecturas inusuales. Sistema Hydra en el cúmulo Argos Raw. Escáner. 12 de 20. Oh, son 20 Keepers, ok. Este no. Conrad Werner. La petición de la reportera. Oh, en el escondrijo de Fist. Pero esto ya lo hice. Ya tengo la información, ok. Cuando me acuerde lo haré. Chorban. No. Esto no lo he hecho. Ni lo voy a hacer, yo creo. Artemis Tau. Sistema Macedon. Ok. Los envíos. Ve el sistema Amazon y tiene que ver con envíos. ¿Qué pedo? Sistema Century del cúmulo Hawking Eta. Extraña como una biótica. Ok. Vostok. Sistema Matano. Ok. Vuelve al sistema solar y encárgate de la vida. No recuerdo si se llamaba sistema solar nada más, pero bueno. Vamos a hacer primero la de la morra esta. Sistema Macedon. Ok, creo que fui a otro que no era. Skynet. Athens, Macedon, aquí está. Uno de estos planetas se va a poder aterrizar, no todos se puede. Oh, espera, puedo agarrar ¿qué? ¿Qué es prospección? Oh. Ok. Charlilla. Oh, aquí puedo aterrizar. Muy bien. Vamos a llevar a Aidan y Ashley. Son de estas misiones que empiezan con el Mako, ¿no? Sí. Tienen un montón de puntos, ok. Centinela, vamos a subirlo. Decodificación. Barrera. Ok. Ashley, te vamos a dar fusiles de asalto. Armadura. Primeros auxilios. ¿Este qué es? Daño de ataque cuerpo a cuerpo. Daño a las armas. Ok. Que sea como la tanque o algo así. Muy bien. El equipo. Ashley, te voy a dar rifle de asalto. Esto es mucho daño. Y esta hace más todavía. Ok. Ella va a tener rifles de asalto y Keida no tengo ni la menor idea. Creo que Keida no usa ningún arma en particular. Entonces le puedo dar... No. ¿Le puedo dar otro rifle de asalto tal vez? Tengo dos de estos. Creo que eran unos probióticos, sí. A ver, no me fijé. Lanzamiento, no, ese es puro biótico casi. Dice que es Centinela, pero... Ah, no, Centinela, ya. Centinela es el... Es el de tecnología y biótico. Ese es el que no tiene acceso a ningún arma. ¿Sí era esa cosa? Ok.
I'm on my way.
Quirogénica, granada, ok. Mapa de la zona, a ver, ¿cuál es el mapa? Aquí es donde estamos. Aquí está la misión y esto es una interrogación. Ok, una anomalía. Creo que es para acá. Oh my god. Creo que la interrogación está como por acá. No sé bien cuáles son las distancias según el mapa ese, pero... Creo que sí es por acá. Oh, ya vi enemigos. A ver. Ah, estoy llegando a la admiración. Entonces sí es por acá más bien. ¿Podré subir por aquí? Esa es la misión que estoy aquí para hacer, pero... No sé si yendo por acá pueda desviarme hacia la otra misión. ¡Oh, no! Ups, todos muertos. Ok, antes de entrar al edificio quiero buscar el signo de admiración. Digo, de interrogación. La anomalía esa. Creo que estaba como por acá. Ah, ahí está. Ahí está. Ah, no, son dos cosas diferentes. Es esta porquería. Ah, el mineral. Un gran depósito de torio. Ok.
Got it.
Nice. Ahora sí, vamos a la misión. Ah, creo que no me fui por el camino más ideal. Creo que de todas maneras va a haber una pantalla de carga. Sí. Ok. Y muchos enemigos. Oh, bueno. Ojalá tuviera esta puntería en Apex. Oh, no le di. Ahora sí. Que no nada, nada. Ok. Oh. Oh, ¿por qué no? Ah, fuck. Ok. Por arriba. Tanque de combustible, creo que lo puedo hacer explotar. Ya es demasiado tarde. Oh, una sala. Ah, Sari. Sari. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Dónde te moviste? ¿Dónde te moviste? No mames, lo derrite. Oh, se cambió de habitación. Se fue al otro lugar. Oh, subió las escaleras. No mames, ¿cómo, ¿en qué momento recorrió todo esto? Wow. No hay nada de este lado. No, parece que no. Ok. Vamos a ver si encontramos a la hermana. ¡Hala! No. Oh, decodificación difícil. Oh, me equivoqué en la última. No, no quería hacer eso. Fuck. No soy bueno en juegos de ritmo, maldita sea. Oh. La que lo lidera a los esclavistas es la misma hermana. En ese caso no recuerdo si era una cuestión de que me usaron a mí para hacer algo entre ellas o algo así. O ¿qué pasa? O no recuerdo bien por qué es lo que la conclusión de esta historia. Pero bueno. Kit de mejora. A ver, ¿qué tiene esto? Munición. Creo que era por acá. Muy bien. No, no quería hacer eso. Fuck. Voy a terminar destruyendo mi propio vehículo. Ok, creo que esa misión cuenta como un break para las conversaciones, entonces voy a checar rápido con la gente esta, a ver si tienen más cosas que decir. En particular el que me preocupa es Rex. Necesito que me diga, que me pida lo de su misión secundaria de ir por la armadura de su familia o algo así.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I'm glad there aren't many aliens like the Thorian. I don't think my stomach could take it. Hell of a deal you worked out with Jong, though. If I ever get a speeding ticket, I want you to be my advocate.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk later, Caden.
Solo funciona después de misiones principales. A ver, voy a... Oh, ¿qué era esto? Voy a revisar rápido con Brex nada más entonces. Ah, por cierto, ya que dejamos de hablar del genocidio de mi gente, ¿me puedes ayudar a encontrar esto?
Shepard.
Nope.
Rex.
Qué gran conversación. Shepard, Rex. ¿Es por acá? Creo que sí. No. Es por acá. La profundidad filosófica de ese diálogo, de ese intercambio de las mentes, fue tan impresionante que el juego no lo pudo soportar y nada más dejó una elipsis ahí. A ver. Vamos a la luna. Tenemos un arpón. Anateus, no. ¿Dónde está el sistema solar según esta galaxia? Ahí está la ciudadela. Cúmulo local. A ver, a lo mejor eso de local significa que es el... Sí, sol. Ok, ahí está. Mercurio, Venus, Tierra, Marte, Júpiter, Saturno, Urano, Neptuno y Plutón. No está Plutón. No, por esto. Ah, no, sí, aquí está. Pensé que iban a salir con que ya no. A estas alturas ya no era considerado planeta. Oh, Luna. Aquí está. Otra vez a los peleles. Ok, todo está muy vacío. Tengo un mapa. Tengo varias cosas. Tengo esto de acá y luego la misión aquí. Ok. Ojalá tuviera turbo esta cosa. Ok, sí, estoy yendo en la dirección correcta. Creo que es esa cosilla de ella. Luna 23. URSS. Ah, una sonda soviética. O algo así. Oh. Ay, se bugueó esta madre. A ver. No, me volvió a pasar ese bug. No puedo entrar en el maco. A ver, puedo guardar. Esta es la última. Ok. Bueno, me dio munición. Supongo que tengo que subir esta montañilla, pero creo que vi una subida por acá. O algo que tenía más pinta de su vida que esto. Uy, a ver si se deja. Ay, qué bonita se ve la Tierra desde aquí. Y me parece que en esta imagen justo al centro, me imagino que la intención es que justo en el centro se ve Estados Unidos, pero a fin de cuentas justo en el centro se ve México, así que con esto podemos decir que México es el centro del planeta. En su cara, resto del mundo. Ah. Oh, no. Ah. Oh, creo que es en esa de ahí abajo. Esto debe ser otra cosa. Ah, no, no. Sí, sí, es esta de acá la misión. Si Mass Effect lo dice, que es la autoridad en cuestiones espaciales, quiere decir que es verdad. Oh, muchas torretas, muchas torretas, muchas torretas. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Nice. Creo que es aquí. A ver, subimos de nivel, así que... Hay que agarrar habilidades. ¿Qué será bueno? Filtrado, primeros auxilios... No, ¿cuál dije? Forma física. Ok. Y Kaiden... no tiene mucho que subirle. Ashley... Ah, no, espera. Está. La máxima vida posible. Enlace de cables de energía. Algo tenemos que hacer con esos, pero no creo que es. Yay. Armas que no voy a usar. Que no recuerdo qué son los enemigos aquí. Sí, cosas como torretas o así. Drones, por supuesto. Oh, bueno. Ok, ¿qué hice? ¿Qué hice? Porque... Ah, cambié de arma. No sé por qué. Au. No, 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 la cagué aquí. No me acuerdo que eran drones lo que salía. Oh my god, ¿dónde estoy? Ah, maldición. Ok, ok, ok. Tengo que guardar en cuanto entre al edificio. ¿Por qué me pone tan lejos? Bueno, podemos maravillarnos de nuevo a pensar de que México es el centro del planeta. ¿Cómo que dependiendo de dónde lo veas, Alexis? Aquí lo estamos viendo. Específicamente lo estamos viendo desde aquí. Y aquí, México es el centro del planeta. Oh no. Ah. Ok. Nice. A la madre empiezan a dispararte bien lejos. Ok. Au. Eso no tiene sentido, Alexis. Lo estamos viendo desde aquí. Desde aquí es el centro de México. Ya, no, ahí termina la discusión, ya no hay nada más que decir. Oh, algo que se me olvidó revisar es... Oh, subimos de nivel. Ah, ya es lo que ya había subido. Fuck. Forma física, ¿dónde estás? Kaidan... que le subí a Kaidan, ya se me olvidó. Ashley, forma física también. Equipo. Quiero ver las armaduras, no me acordaba que... No he revisado mucho las de... Las disponibles si es que agarro más. Ligera. No. Kaidan. ¿Qué te puedo poner Kaidan? Assassin. Ligeramente mejor. Hydra. Ok. A Ashley le puedo poner... Phoenix. Nice. Creo que a Ashley, no importa qué armadura le ponga, siempre tiene la apariencia de la misma. Creo. Vamos a guardar otra vez. Porque no mamen. Ok. Muy bien, muy bien. Oh boy. Madres, no le hago daño casi. Ok. No, no me disparen. Ok. Ok. Como que explotaron más rápido de lo que pensaba. Se destruyeron en general más rápido de lo que pensaba. A ver, ¿qué tenemos que hacer aquí entonces? Conducto de la IV. ¿Los tengo que romper nada más? Creo que no. ¿O sí? No, no tienen barra de vida. Creo que más bien tengo que hacer otra cosa aquí. Conducto de la IV. Tengo que hacer... No recuerdo. Mm. Nope. Nope. No, esto no. Ah, no, pero era nada más por el códice. Qué raro. O sea, me suena como si sí las tuviera que romper, pero no estoy seguro. Ah, los tengo que romper lo suficientemente rápido. Ok. Ay, no tengo ganas. Cuatro disparos de un francotirador, no, para romperse. Ok, se rompió. ¿Primero de tres? What? No sé si no leí bien. Ah, dice que el primero de tres servidores estaba apagado. ¿Dónde están los demás? Mm. Ahora no estoy seguro que sea eso, pero si hago esto. Si rompemos ese hace algo. Ah. Había otro, creo. A ver, antes de irme voy a revisar si hay otros de esos. Al más que se parezcan. Pero no estaban indicados con nada. Los primeros que rompí, por lo menos en el minimapa, sí estaban indicados. Bueno, son un chingo. A lo mejor simplemente son tres bases y no me acuerdo de eso. Oh boy. A ver. Salir del edificio. Sí, ya no había nada más. Ok, entonces supongo que son tres bases. Ah, ok, sí, cada uno de estos es una base. No sé por qué pensé que todos llevaban al mismo lugar. Ah, yo sé que vamos a tener que matar un montón de drones. Ah, no puedo guardar. What? ¿Más drones? Sí. ¡Ah! No, no le pegué a ninguno. Ah. Okay. ¡Ah! ¡Ayúdame! No. ok. Queda uno nada más. Queda uno. Sí, dispara a la pared. Con todas tus fuerzas. Oh. Sí, es mi pobre imitación de Mickey Mouse. Que no me va a hacer ganar ningún papel en Kingdom Hearts, pero bueno. Algo es algo. Lo que sigo sin explicarme es por qué resisten tantas balas estas. Oh, ok. Esto nomás es para perder el tiempo, que pedo. Ah, muy bien. Ah. El segundo de los 3 servidores, ok. ¿Por qué tengo la vida tan baja? ¿Por qué tengo la vida tan baja? Ah, creo que la explosión me pegó, ok. Que voy a andar lidiando con todas las barreras. Salgamos del edificio, compañeros. ¿Cuál me falta? El del Mako es el primero que fui. Me falta este entonces. Ah, se me olvidó. Esperen, un momento. No, no puedo guardar. What? Está. Oh my god. Estaría mejor que esta fuera la última. La de las barreras. Oh, Este. Ok. Nice. Nice. Creo que eran todos, supongo, porque se vinieron en bola y... Oli. Nos invitan a cenar. Ah, drones de seguridad adicionales. Ah, ok, ok. Bueno, dentro de todo prefiero que esa sea la última. Oh, ya vi, le ponen las barreras esas enfrente porque... Porque si no quieres que la explosión te haga daño, es mejor estar así de distancia. Ok, creo que fueron todas, sí. Ok. Ah, todavía queda uno ahí. Me encanta ver el resultado de años de entrenamiento militar que les permite dispararle a la pared con tanta magnificencia a mis compañeros. El estallido de ruido blanco de todas las frecuencias está a punto de acabar con tu oído. El visor de traje blindado lo interpreta como una serie de ceros y unos. Se repiten una y otra vez en todas las frecuencias hasta que las luces del último servidor de la IB parpadean y se apagan. Lograda clase de especialización. Me pregunto qué significarán esos números en binario. Oh my god. Ah, no, son 4. Oh my fucking god. Ok, puedo escoger una nueva especialización, creo. Oh, no. Comando, a la hora de eliminar a sus enemigos, los comandos confían en su eficacia letal y en los ataques de precisión más que en la fuerza bruta. Aumenta el daño con todas las armas, mejora la capacidad de inmunidad, mejora la capacidad tirador y la capacidad de asesinato. Reduce el tiempo de recarga de todos los ataques tecnológicos, mejora la sobrecarga y el sabotaje. No, uso más las armas. ¿Y me agregaron algo aquí? Creo que no. Ah, comando. Sí. Ok. Todas las armas en un 6, 9, 15, 18, 25%. No, 21% de daño a las armas y la recarga de asesinato y tirador la reduce en 25%. Ok. Fatiga. Como que se acaba muy rápido la fatiga aquí. El medidor es lo que sea. Bueno, ya vamos a regresarnos a la mierda. Muy bien. Ya terminamos esta sección. Sigue... Técnicamente podría ir con Nasana a decirle que su hermana que qué pedo, porque que sí, porque es la líder de un grupo de esclavistas. Y luego podríamos ir a Noveria ahora sí. Las otras misiones secundarias siento que no valen la pena. No son como muy importantes. No mames, Shepard, no aguantas nada. Okay.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
A ver si nos toca otro diálogo de...
ExoGeni Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey
¿El
teams has
elevador
gone
no?
missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When
¿Cómo?
asked why
Ah.
communication with the survey...
Ok. Tenemos que ir a las embajadas otra vez, rápido. Muy bien, muy bien. Nasana. ¿Por qué tu hermana es esclavista? ¿Qué pedo?
Yes, Shepard? Did you find my sister?
Dahlia's dead. I killed her myself. If you don't want to end up like her, start talking.
No need to raise your voice, Commander. Surely you can understand why I lied to you. If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. You'd
Nice.
revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. That is why I misled you. I could not risk you exposing me. But now that Dahlia is out of the picture, it's no longer a problem.
Huh.
Do your own dirty work next time.
I am sorry I wasn't honest with you. We have trust issues in my family. Obviously. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
I'm a Spectre, not some merc for hire. I can find credits anywhere.
True, but I'm the only one who can authorize you to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Excelente. Saludos, necesito que mates a mi hermana porque se va a ver mal si se dan cuenta que somos familia. Bye. Creo que nada más era esta misión, entregar. Vamos a regresar a la nave y ahora sí no vería. Después de muchas vueltas.
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Perfecto, entonces creo que... creo que como ya me salió el logro del número de misiones con Ashley y con Kaidan, entonces voy a seguirle con Garrus y Tali.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Ni siquiera puede terminar de lo rápido que se cae.
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. Exo Presley stands relieved.
Muy bien, Joker. ¿Qué arma usa Garrus en este juego? Creo que el rifle de asalto también.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Sí. Creo que este es el planeta que básicamente es... Bueno, el otro también, el de Feroz, pero sí, básicamente la idea es que es como una corporación es dueña de todo lo que hay aquí adentro. No tengo bióticos para nada.
Interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Oli. ¿Alguien aquí? Oh, antes que nada. Oh, Garrus, tienes un montón de puntos. A ver, Tali creo que tiene unos pocos. Armadura básica, amortiguación electrónica. Vamos a darle hacking y electrónica. A Garrus, fusiles de asalto, ¿por qué no? Armadura táctica. Ok, y Shepard lo tiene. Ahora sí vamos al equipo. Garrus, vamos a dejarlo con un rifle de asalto. Dale, nada más voy a checar si no hay... Oh. Ok. Eso porque Garrus tiene un montón de armaduras pendientes que no habían aparecido y que no había podido usar porque no lo había estado usando él. Ok. Esta se ve rara, pero pues supongo que le queda. Voy a esperar ahora que caiga en cuenta, no revise si alguno de estos rifles me queda a mí. No.
That's far enough.
Something wrong, officer?
You better hope there isn't. This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect.
I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo, Ilanis Risk Control Services.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, man.
We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Novaria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Citadel authority supersedes yours.
Nobody takes my weapon.
Charge and lock!
We're authorized to use lethal force. You have to the count of 3 to surrender your weapons. 1, 2, 3.
Captain Matsuo, stand down!
We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
Behave yourself.
¿Quién te manda? ¿Quién te manda a ponerte punk? Oli.
I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Analeas. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
Someone piss in your security chief's coffee today?
She takes her job seriously. She is a valuable asset to the company. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The Executive Board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
Is this privacy intended to hide illegal research?
This planet is beyond the jurisdiction of the Citadel. The law is what the Executive Board says it is. Do you know how valuable this planet is? How many advances in genetics and artificial intelligence got their start here?
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? And a sorry matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Saren's aide is here.
Passed through? Where is she now?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Good. Give us directions and we'll be on our way.
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeas for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the Administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the Administrator's office.
Okay.
Commander, it might be wise to bring Dr. Tassoni along. She knows her mother better than any of us.
Ah, sí, cierto. Aquí conviene traer a Liara. Creo que voy a regresar. Voy a cambiar a Tali por Liara. De todas maneras, a Tali lo puedo hacer en las siguientes misiones. Y lo voy a hacer. Así que... Digo, puedes no traer a Liara, ¿no? Pero está bueno el que sea la misión que tiene que ver con su mamá. Nada más quiero cambiar de escuadrón.
Stand by, shore party.
Sí.
Decontamination.
Vamos a la salida de nuevo.
The commanding
Liara y Garrus.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
A ver, Liara, ¿qué tienes para nosotros el día de hoy? Okay. Munición de polonio. Suena uno de esos nombres raros que ya casi no se usan. Háblale a tu tío Polonio.
Get out of here. I apologize for my rudeness when you arrived. I meant no disrespect. I have a responsibility to protect the safety and privacy of corporations here. The arrival of an Alliance warship was unexpected.
I can understand how that would make people here nervous.
I hoped you might. Is there anything I can do for you today, Commander?
Why are you still here? Are you guarding my ship?
All of the companies have secrets. Some of them deal in things that are not quite legal. Having a Spectre here makes them nervous. Analeas Sama is buried under petitions to kick you off-world.
Huh.
So you're waiting here in case he makes that decision?
It would be more accurate to say we are here to prevent incidents between employees and your crew.
Tell me about yourself.
You first. I'm just a security guard. I heard that there were no human Spectres. How did you get that job?
My crew and I were involved in Saren's raid on Eden Prime.
You disabled the nuke. That makes sense. Special Tactics likes people who can think on their feet. I served in the Marines for a decade, mustered out and went private sector. I was under fire a few times, so I ended up leading this detail.
There are guards everywhere. Are there that many problems here?
I'm sure Parasini-san gave you the ultra-special blah blah about business here. Everyone wants to be protected from everyone else, but everyone also thinks they have a special right to kick over everyone else.
Huh.
So you have to keep them from getting too eager.
Most of my job is diplomacy. Two corps start yelling at each other, my people walk in, flash some ceramic, and they start talking civilly. If there is anything this job has taught me, it's how to be impartial.
Don't they have their own security forces?
Everything from hackers to mercenaries. They have investments to protect after all. But we are the only ones allowed to bear arms. Which is why the companies constantly try to bribe my people. I have a clear policy against freelancing. Anyone who works on the side is fired.
I'll be moving on.
Very good, Commander. Please stay out of trouble.
Hasta crees. Vamos con el señor Anoleis.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
No recuerdo dónde está Anoleis, pero... No. Creo que está el que está allá abajo.
How can I help you?
Nothing right now, thank you.
Very well.
Ok.
How can I help you?
No ganamos nada ahí. A ver. Oh, sí necesitamos preguntarle.
How can I help you?
I'd like to speak to Analeus.
One moment, please. Mr. Analeus.
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in. You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Novaria's backers.
Is Binary Helix developing weapons for him?
It's possible, given his interests. What our clients do in their labs is their business.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Benezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos? You didn't think that odd?
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Benezia from taking them.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor. She is here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you did it about.
Cállate tú. Tenemos que ir al pico 15.
You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
I can bludgeon pretty hard.
Talk to Lorik Keene. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Analaeus.
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
Tell me about the companies that work on Noveria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Elanus Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
The executive board gets a discount on facility security. Elanus also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
Haven't I seen Synthetic Insights in the news lately?
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
Binary Helix. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
You said I should talk to Lorik Keene?
Mr. Analaeus isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan. Keene spends his days at the hotel since his office was closed.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
Con todo gusto. Solamente va contra los intereses de la compañía, pero ¿quién se fija? Vamos a hablar con este dude, este Lorik Keene. Por acá. Oh. Pensé que ya se había abierto.
Excuse me, I need a moment of your time. The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
I don't know anything about Binary Helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in Binary Helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Noveria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
Interesting plan. I'm in.
Excellent. Here's the cracking device. You will know it is done when it beeps. I have assembled a dossier on Vargas. If you would like, I could brief you on his behavior patterns.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services. I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
Ok. Este dude. Esta persona no sé qué es.
You're the Spectre, right? Management told us not to talk to you.
Okay.
What sort of...
Good. I don't think I'm supposed to mention numbers. They don't write them down on thin strip.
Full benefits, of course.
Sure. After a year, and start getting stock options.
You hear about the resort sector and the equator, bounce backing, diving, an accredited asset Eurofield.
If you like that sort of thing, I'd rather admire the view.
Can I help you?
Mr. Vargas, I'm Commander Shepard, Spectre. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
Sí.
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company can make.
It was my understanding that the Citadel contracted to a Solarian corporation for its enhancement programs.
Mr. Vargas, I'm here to talk business with you. If you'd rather speculate on politics, I can visit another Gen Eng firm.
You have my full attention, Shepard. I'm merely getting a handle on my negotiating position. First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. You can maximize the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique. Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in ZG muscle degeneracy.
Mars Gene's clotting enhancement improves speed by 16%.
Ah, I see you've done some research. That's their official claim. However, we believe they cherry-picked their sample to show optimum results. The numbers we provide are strict mathematical averages. I can get you those improvements for 30k credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package, guaranteed 20/15 vision and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
That's the commercial price for individual purchasers. I'm offering you millions of jobs, Mr. Vargas. That's worth more than some stock sensory upgrades.
I'll give you a cautious probably. There is a standard discount for bulk orders, but I can't authorize that. I can push it upstairs. I'm sure someone will get back to you on it. I have to admit, it surprised me that you were here for business. There are many development projects in Noveria, some not entirely legal.
Ya no me deja hacer el último.
I wear a lot of hats, Mr. Vargas. Some days I shut down criminals, some days I defuse nukes, some days I like to enjoy private vices. You understand me?
I suppose. My apologies. The manner is rather informal for a business meeting.
Nice.
Sounds like my crew needs me for something. I'll be in touch.
Of course, Commander Shepard. We look forward.
Bueno, fue suficiente, pero me hubiera gustado poder acceder a la última. ¿Qué me falta? Me falta... Bueno, tengo casi el máximo en la intimidación. Creo que me falta subir la rebeldía para poder acceder a más.
Any results?
Your toy did its job.
Excellent. I will transfer 500 credits to your account.
I could easily call Mr. Vargas and tell him what I just did.
Did I say 500 credits? I meant 750.
Sigue sin ser mucho, pero bueno.
Good day, Spectre.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Are you Lorik Keene? I heard you might be able to help me.
You are the Spectre that just arrived, are you not? What can an old Turian like me possibly help you with?
What makes you think I'm a Spectre?
Your picture has been sent to every employee. They've been warned that speaking to you is grounds for termination. Lorik Keene. For the moment, I am the manager of the Synthetic Insights Office.
Taking a 3-martini lunch?
You mean my loitering here? If only it were mere indolence. Mr. Analaeus closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
Skip to the part where you tell me what you want and what you'll give me for it.
Put bluntly, the administrator demands rent kickbacks from the companies on Noveria. I acquired evidence of Analaeus' actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it. I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Analaeus would be disinclined to let you wander. If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits.
Why didn't Analaeus cancel your pass clearance?
Why should he? There's nothing outside but snow and hungry Nathak.
How did you get a pass?
I'm a manager. Most executives on Noveria are free to come and go as they will.
That sounds like a fair trade.
Violence against Mr. Analaeus' thugs may be necessary. He has members of Han-Shan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
If he's paying them under the table, they're mercenaries. I can kill mercenaries.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
No prometo nada. No recuerdo, está bien por aquí, nada más que es hacia la derecha. O tal vez no, aquí está el garage, pero no sé si por aquí también están las oficinas. Tal vez no. O tal vez aquí. Oh. Porque el camino de allá era, sí, efectivamente, el del garage. Este elevador creo que sí puede ir a las oficinas. Sí, sí es.
Freeze! Han-Shan Security. This office is sealed.
What do you do if I don't?
You're the Spectre, right? Laura Keene is under investigation.
Analaeus is paying you to shake this place down. That makes you a criminal. I can kill criminals.
You're bluffing.
Everything the commander has said is true. I'd step aside if I were you.
He ain't paying me enough to take on Spectres or Alliance troops or whatever. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
Oops. Oh, todavía queda alguien vivo. ¿Aló? Ah, la morra. Muy bien, muy bien. Ah, eso no se puede abrir, no se puede abrir. Ok, vamos a la oficina. Incendiario. Nice. Criogénica. Botones. Tungsteno, incendiaria.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
Do you plan on making me leave?
Leave? You think I'm gonna let you walk out? Uh-uh. Annaleus would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
Your men are dirty, Sergeant. You're here off-duty, breaking the law for bribe money.
If you want to fight, I'll give you one.
You talk the talk. Let's see if you can walk after I break your legs.
Vamos, vamos. Oh, ok. Pobres ilusos. Jeje. Bye. Muy bien, muy bien.
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about it?
Of course not. Why would I?
Don't play me, Shepard. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keen. I'll be waiting.
Ja. Ah, es cierto, porque quiere que testifique quién, ¿no? Oh, pensé que... no creo que está en el bar también. ¿Aló?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Parasini, Novaria Internal Affairs.
What do you want?
The Executive Board knows about Ananias' corruption. I've been undercover for 6 months. I want you to convince Keene to testify before the Board. With his evidence, this planet can run profitably again.
You work for Ananias. Can't you just take his records?
He's a crook, not a moron. He doesn't keep logs on his computer saying, "This month I stole 3 million credits." Keene's testimony and records are everything I need to prove Ananias' guilt in one package.
Why don't you ask Keene directly?
I'm Ananias' secretary. You'd think he'd believe me? That he'd meet me in some dark alley with his evidence?
I thought corruption was the rule on Novaria.
The rule is, don't rock the boat. Self-interest is tolerated if it doesn't interfere with business. Ananias is driving customers away.
If your executive board loses a few million credits, it's not my problem. I have my own mission.
Yes, fate of billions and all that. I couldn't possibly understand how important your work is. You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need. Favor for a favor.
Ananias is dirty. It might be best to help her.
Look, Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast and loose with the law. That's bad for business.
I'll consider it and get back to you.
If you have any love for the law, you'll talk to Keene for me. Don't disappoint me. You know where I work. Come talk to me when you change your mind.
Vamos a ver, Keene. A ver si te puedo convencer porque no me acuerdo bien cómo hacerle.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
Did you see an Asari matriarch recently?
Yes, she caused quite a stir. It's not every day a matriarch arrives with a guard detail of commandos.
Is it so unusual to see a matriarch?
They rarely venture beyond Asari space. To see such an esteemed figure is surprising. Lady Benezia was also dressed for her role. An Asari in a pinstriped suit set tongues wagging among the younger male employees, so to speak.
Young males have an unhealthy obsession with my species.
Armed commandos are allowed on Novaria?
Se siente como que le está hablando al público.
They were disarmed. Of course, one can't confiscate biotic powers. Saren, and by extension, Benezia, is an important person. By that I mean an investor who might sell stock, if denied.
Do you know why Benezia is here?
She claimed to be Saren's assistant, here to get a certain project back on track. I suspect she meant Peak 15.
I have a different question.
Humans are full of questions. I should write a book about it while I have the time to spare.
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Ananias.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it. I have no interest in a public spectacle.
If necessary, yes. Do what I tell you to, or Ananias will find what he's looking for.
It is good to have all our cards on the table. I regret that you have a better hand. Very well, I will testify. Make whatever arrangements you need with your contact. I will wait here.
Okay. Diana, te tengo noticias.
Spectre, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
I That took some persuasion, but Keen has agreed to testify.
That's a world of stress off my back. I'll take the evidence for safe transport. I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be alright.
That's some gratitude you got there.
Sorry, I'm used to having my guard up. When people find out I'm internal affairs, they treat me like a traitor. While you were working on Keen, I got you a garage pass. Be careful up there. I have an arrest to make. Wish I had time to change into something easy to move in. I hate skirts.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest.
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
El otro, ¿qué? ¿Cómo que le debes una cerveza? ¿Por qué? Ok, ya estamos listos para ir al pico 15. No estoy seguro si dejar el stream aquí o hacer lo último de Noveria y después de eso y a que hasta ahí llegue el stream. No recuerdo qué tan larga es la sección de Noveria. Sé que es un poco larga porque si tienes que ir matando enemigos y eso, pero no recuerdo qué tanto. Hola.
I heard the administrator's been arrested. Any chance you had something to do with that?
Why do you ask?
Read it where it's due. There's a lot of corruption here. Maybe this will rein it in a bit. So what can I do for you today?
I have to go.
You need anything? I'll be here.
Access to the garage is restricted.
I have authorization. Excuse me.
Yes, that's genuine. Drive safely. The weather's supposed to be pretty bad out in the Alutsk Valley.
Oh no. ¿De dónde salieron los Geth? Eran todos. Esta sección. Ya viene la parte donde se rompió en PC. Oh, se ve bien chingón esa cosa ahí a la distancia. Oh no. coloso. Muy bien. Creo que ya no nos falta tanto. Probablemente me tope con algunos gets ahí todavía, pero... Oops. Oh, creo que todavía falta un poco más. Bastante espacio como para encontrar torretas y quién sabe qué más. Oh no, oh no. Ok. Muy bien. Creo que sí lo vamos a dejar aquí. Aprovecho para ir a comer y así, ese tipo de cosas. Vamos a continuar, yo creo que tal vez mañana. O no quería hacer eso. Ups. Posiblemente mañana o en la semana vamos a seguir jugando. Creo que esta semana no hay no hay salidas de juegos que llamen la atención. Creo que la próxima salida de un juego va a ser hasta junio 11 cuando salga Guilty Gear. Por lo tanto, en este espacio de tiempo pues vamos a seguir streameando Apex, yo creo, cuando vayamos a jugar multiplayer, y vamos a seguir yo voy a seguir streamando Mass Effect. Y podría intercalarlo con Cyberpunk. Los dos supongo que son juegos muy largos, entonces tal vez no sea tan viable que estar intercalando juegos muy largos entre sí, pero voy a ver. Si no me quedo solamente con uno de estos dos, tal vez con lo que lo intercale sea algo no tan largo. Estoy pensando en hacer streams o jugar los juegos de Resident Evil, porque jugué el 8 y me gustó mucho, entonces siempre he querido jugar la saga completa, pero no lo he hecho, entonces esa es una posibilidad que está ahí en el papel, ¿no? Pero bueno, conforme vayan saliendo las ideas, lo voy a ir comunicando, entonces de momento vamos a seguir con Mass Effect y con Apex en algunos días. Muchas gracias por darse la vuelta, espero que les haya gustado el video. Y sí, espero que tengan muy buena tarde y muy buena noche. Y que inicie muy bien su semana este lunes que viene. Hasta luego, gracias por ver.